Okay, so this will be our part 2 and the last Thunkable session. So remember that we were actually working on our shopping cart app, and in our last class we were actually doing putting some conditions to make sure that it displays in 12 hours configuration. So currently this particular block only handles if it's more than 12, then we are able to display the hours in the 24 hours, in 12 hours format, but it doesn't really solve the AM PM part. So what we can do is we can now include one more if. So we remove the set AM PM here. Oops, the whole thing comes out. Put it here. We just get rid of this. So under we remove this one also, because earlier we already initialized the variable AM PM to AM, so we don't need to configure here again. So here we can actually set the condition again. We can duplicate this one. Currently the problem with this one is if more than 12, it only will make sure that from 13 onwards. So the AM PM from 12 to 1 PM it will still show as AM, so we want to solve that. So we can duplicate this block, place it here, but this one we make it more than 11. So if the app variable hour, if it's more than 11, then we set that variable AM PM to PM, so which means 12 PM it will actually show it correctly. So this should solve the earlier issue of not showing the AM PM correctly, as well as trying to display it in 24 hours format. Is that okay? So what we're going to do today is, last week some of you also asked, right, what if we want to remove an item. So we can actually try to do that. So in order for us to do that, let us go back to design. So we will add one more screen whereby we will be able to see the items that you actually want to remove. So let's add one more screen. So this one we will add a blank screen. So click next. So already see, now we have screen 2. So screen 2, you can actually, let's try to rename it. This one we will call it as edit screen. So this will be our edit screen. So inside this edit screen, let us add two components. One, we can add a label. So we add a label. Okay, so we can change the label text. Choose an item to remove it. So this one you can change the color or the font size or the font weight. So this is the label. Then we also want to add the simple list. So we want the label to be above the simple list, so we can drag. Oops, sorry. Sorry, the label went the other screen. Okay. So how will this look? So the text seems to be a bit too high, so maybe the simple list height, maybe you can choose the relative height, let's say 70%, and we can add some margin 20. Is that okay so far? So we'll leave this screen as it is. Currently, if you go back to screen 1, you only have the options to actually add. So since the edit screen is in screen 2, we need to add another one more button whereby we can click on it, so it will go to the edit screen. So we can add a button. So remember that this one, the row container. So I think I want to add one button beside the add. Let me see if I can do that. Let me bring here. Did it add? Okay, so my eject bring, and I just, as long as I can see the blue button, I just drop it there, and then I can now drag the below the add button so that I come the other way around, come the other side. So this button can be we rename it as edit button. So we remove the text because I think I want to use an icon for this. So let's open a new tab. Let's see edit icon. Okay, there is some edit icon. You can choose any icon of your preference. So let's say maybe this one. Maybe I choose this one. So make sure you copy image address. We have done this before. So we're going to put in the background picture, and we are going to remove the background color. So how will it look like? So it doesn't look so nice, so we need to edit. So let me also look at my Thunkable Live. How does it look like? So maybe you can choose the resize modes to cover. Okay, so currently it's overlapping. So let's try to add some margin on the left hand side. 10. So we may need to adjust some of the items here, the height, the width. So maybe this one, make it as 60. So I'm just playing around with the width so that you're able to see how it actually looks like. Let me also try back and see. This one, I think, let's say put contain. Let me see how it looks like. Okay, contain is there. Let me just try to also change the height. %. So as I change the height, I may just try to change the width also. It's too big. It is too big. 30. So I tried playing around with the height and the width so that I'll be able to see the icon. So to the right, maybe I'll add 10. So that now it looks much better. So I can see the icon. Here it's a bit cut here, but on the phone I'm able to see the icon, edit icon fully. Is everyone okay? Able to add your own button. So once we have actually added the button, we need to add functionality to it, right? Let's go to the blocks. This is edit button. So you click on edit button. So when edit button is clicked, what you want to do, you want to navigate to the edit screen. Is that okay? So if you try, you'll be able to go to the edit screen. So if you click preview, if you click this, you'll go to edit screen. So that part is working. Is everyone okay? So now let us go back to the edit screen. First we want, when the edit screen open, we want to display all the items here. So there is something similar with the code in the blocks in the screen 1. Remember this one, this block? When screen 1 opens, you have all these things. Actually we want to do the same. So we can just So what I did was, in screen 1, I just clicked this block, then I type Control C, copy, and here you click on the screen and then you press back Control V. So this one, there is some error, 2 errors. That is because this is from screen 1 error. So we need to change the screen to edit screen. And then the simple list is simple list 2. Then you will see that the error message disappears. So now if you try, when you click on edit, you will be able to see what are the items that displays there, right? Yeah?
How can I add this?
You go to screen. Do you see this block?
Yes.
You just click on this, there will be a purple highlight. You type Control C, which is copy, and then you go to this screen. You just click on the white screen canvas, and then you type Control V. So it will copy and paste. Then once you paste, you will have error because the screen is not correct. So you have to change the edit screen, and then you change the simple list to. So now you should be able to see. I just realized that, is it still showing AM when you type? Showing AM or PM? PM. Showing PM. After we did this modification, right? I mean, did you do this modification? Okay, let's go back to edit screen. So now you are able to see. So now let us actually try to put in the code whereby we can actually, by clicking it, we can remove it. So that's what we want to do. So on the simple list, if you click, there is this block where it says that when simple list item is clicked. So we want to utilize this. So bring this here. So it gives two output. It gives the results and it has the index. So basically we want to use the index because index shows that which line does it actually belongs to. So now what we actually also want to do is, sometimes whenever you want to actually remove certain items, you always get some pop-up message, right? So we want to use the alert function. So in order for us to use the alert function, let's go back to design, and here under the search component you can search for alert. There is this alert. So you can drag and drop the alert. So when you click on the alert, so you can actually give a title. So the title means what, when you have the alert box, what you want the main message to be. So you can type as remove dialog box. This is the title of the message, and then you should have a message. Do you want to remove this item? So you have title, you have a message, then you have the confirm button, then you also have the cancel button. So there's two options, one is confirm and one is cancel button. So you can just, if you want to change the text, you can change. Currently the text will appear as confirm and another one is as cancel. Okay, so this is the alert that we have actually included. So I'll go back to the edit screen, log. Now you can see that there is this alert. So now when you actually click on this alert, you will see that this is the first block, call alert 1 to show. So we're going to drag this one and put it here. So whenever you click a particular item, the first thing will happen is it will call alert. So it will pop up first. And if you confirm, then you do something. Cancel means, of course, it won't do anything. It'll just, the box will just go away. But if you confirm. Yeah?
What if you find this one?
The alert. There
The
from
other one.
which one? This one. This is from simple list. The first one. Okay, so it will actually pop up. But what you actually want to do is you want to make sure that if it's confirmed, so you want to use the control operation if. So if it is confirmed, then what you want to do, yes, and now only you actually want to remove. So if you go to the list, there is this option block to remove. Let me see, where is it? Yes, this one. In list, we want to remove. So put it here. But in what list? It is the cloud variable list, right? So we duplicate this. And we want to remove number what? So remember that this, yes, very good. If you actually click on the index. So you take the index and put it here. So it will remove the whichever, wherever, it doesn't mean that it has to be on top. Wherever you click on the list, it will capture the index of that particular list and it will remove it from the list. So after you have removed from the list, what you have to do? You actually have to set back, update the list. So when you remove it from the cloud variable, then you also want to update back the list, so it will update. So now let's see, go back to design, preview. So let's say if you click on one of the items, you see it comes up a remove dialog. Do you want to remove this item? Then click confirm, it will delete. So click another one, delete. Click another one, you can delete. Yeah?
It does not delete it. It's still there.
It's not deleting, it's still there. see your code. This one, if statement. List 2. I forgot that one line. All right. So we're going to do another one more interesting thing that we're going to add. Is we're going to add a login page. So okay, so if you click the link which I have sent in the Telegram, web Telegram, it will actually bring you to this page, right? Yes or no? Did you click on the link that I gave in web Telegram? Guys, yes or no? But you need to open it here on your web browser. So this is a login page which has already been developed and shared in the public. This is a public project. You can see it's a public project. Oh, okay. Never mind. So what we do is you click on edit project. Click on edit project. So please make sure you don't close your other tab. This is a new tab. So now you'll be able to see all those various components and things like that. So you will be able to see Dave login. So make sure you are selected Dave login. So do you see this icon? Save screen to my screen. Oh, sorry. Why you all didn't say anything? So if I go back, this is the link which I gave you. It should open like this, correct? Then you click on edit project. When you click on edit project, it will open up page like this. So in this, do you see under the Dave login, beside that there is save screen to my screen? Do you see that? So click that. So it asks you to give a name. Yes? Only got the everyone. Everyone. You mean like this?
Yeah, the edit project. But you can use that one. You can use review. Then edit. Then press next.
All of you can't see this edit button. What options do you all have?
See inside and edit project. And,
so you have see inside.
yeah.
Okay, once you click see inside,
It's this project is read only. Then you click to remix. Then you
okay.
save the project.
Okay, good. So I think in your display there is this see inside.
Yeah.
So you click on that, and then
Pop-up will
a pop-up will appear. This is only read only.
the top read only.
Read only, then
Then you click to remix.
click to remix.
Then
Correct. Then I think when you click to remix, you'll come to this page, right? So I'm not so sure why yours is mine different. It's okay. Thank you. So what you want to do is you want to go to Dave login, and you see beside it the save screen to my screens. Do you all see that now? So click that. So now you can actually give a name to your my screen. So I can put my cart, for example. My cart login. So you click save. So what this will do is, whatever project, other people projects that are there, you can actually do the same, as long as it's public. If it's public, then people can use, you can use other people's projects as well. So now you're going to rename it, then you're going to click save. So it shows you screen saved. Okay, so yes.
How can I look at the screen? Not sure.
So once your screen is saved, you don't need to do anything on this page. Go back to your own page now. So go back to design. Now you already have two screens, right? Screen 1, edit screen. Now you click on plus, add the screen. So you see blank screen, and then you see copy from my screens, right? Hold on. I think before we add the screen, let us close this first. I want to do one thing with all of you before we add the screen. Okay. What is the one thing that I want to do is that let us try to create our own database. So earlier we are actually using cloud database, right? But this cloud database is actually assigned by Thunkable. So we have no control over it. You can't see what's inside the variable. So now let us actually create our own database. We'll be using Firebase for that. So it's free. So let's open a new tab. Type Firebase. So Firebase is Google. So type Firebase, then you can, when you click this, it will come to this page. Well, what we want to do is we want to go to the console. So that is the go to console option. In my case, it automatically, let me see if I go to console, it asks you sign in. Okay, in your case, I think it will ask you to sign in. So, are you able to go to Firebase? I think it will ask you to sign in. Then you go to console. So here when you come to your console, you will have empty. I have few projects here because I'm doing this session. So you should be seeing an empty space, right? So are you all here yet? Yeah. So once you go to the console, you click on create project, then you enter the name. So then you click continue. So we'll come to this page. We don't need Google Analytics for this project. So you can disable it. Then you click on create project. So it will show preparing your project. Please wait. So just give it a moment. It's finishing up. So now it gives you a message saying that your Firebase project is ready. So you can click on continue. So when you click on continue, it shows you your project name, My Shopping Cart. So it says get started by adding Firebase to your app. So we are going to be using a web application, web based. So there is iOS, Apple, there's Android and web. So web is cross platform because you are choosing web application regardless whether you are using iOS or Android, it still works. So we're going to click on web. So it asks to register a name, so we can give anything. I'm going to put My Shopping Cart. We don't need Firebase hosting for this. We don't need hosting. It's not that we are having our own website, so we don't need Firebase hosting. So then click on register the app. So when you register the app, so it will give you some details. So these are some of the details that you need. So now what we are doing now is, instead of using Thunkable's own database, now we are using our own. So you can see your web apps Firebase configuration. Do you see this API key? Copy this API key. Copy it without the double quote. Don't copy the double quote. Just copy the key, the API key. So copy the API key. Have you all copied your API key? So go back to your shopping cart. Go back to design. Do you see your app name is shopping cart app, right? Click on that. So when you click on that, it will actually show the app setting. So now it's asking your app name. So you can put shopping cart. Do you see this icon and things like that? This icon is when you download the APK and when you install it in your phone. You know your phone have app icons, right? So however icons you want it to appear, you can actually put it there. But let's scroll down even further. Do you see this Firebase settings? There are two things that it requires. One is the API key, another one is the database URL. So currently we have API key, right? So paste it here. So this is the first step. Next we need to get the URL for the database. So let's go back to Firebase here. So you don't have to do anything. So just click continue to console. So now you are in console now. Back in console. Do you see this option build? When you click, it will give a list of items. So if you go down, there is this real-time database. You all see that? So I click on real-time database. So you're going to click create database. So now when you click create database, it will ask you where you want to locate your database. So if you scroll down, it only gives us 3 options. So the nearest is Singapore. So the closest, so I'm going to select Singapore. So this is your data will be stored in a database. So where is the database? Of course you will not get this database forever because it's for free. So after some few months you'll get an email asking that your database will be, if it's inactive, it will be removed. So once you select, then you click next. So here currently it is in locked mode. So just click on, so it says that all third party reads and writes will be denied. So just click on enable. So now it shows you the real time database. Do you see this link? This one on top. This is the database URL.
Sorry, locked or less?
Locked. So once you click create, you will have this page. So currently you see under this database that it is null. There is no data here. And do you see this? This one is copy reference URL. This is your database URL which you need to copy and go back to your database URL. So you paste it here. So with these two settings that you have actually done, what's happening is, remember that you are using cloud. Now this cloud is now referring to your Firebase database by default. But before you do anything else, remember now we actually started in the locked mode. So you click on rules. On top there's this rules right option. So click on rules. Currently the rules is false. So you can change it to true, and this one also change it to true. So which means any third party app can actually read and write.
What's this language?
This language, this is actually HTML. This is the object oriented language. So once you have actually done this, then you click on publish. You have to click on publish so that the rules will take effect. So when you click publish, it will say that your security rules are defined as public, because you say true right for read and write, which means anyone who knows this URL, have this API, can actually read and write. So anyone can still modify or delete data in your database. So it's okay, it's for learning purpose only. Okay, so you can dismiss this. So go back to data. So currently you don't see anything here. Now go to your app. So you see welcome to shopping cart app. Do you remember when it will show this message? When it's empty, because now you have a new. Now do you see the moment you open the app, do you see there is post items? What is this post items? Post items is the name of your cloud variable. So now when you click this triangle, it shows what your database contains. So try adding some items. Let's say I put bread. Add. Do you see it actually real time it shows? So in this way you are able to see the variable and you're able to see the list of items, because you are in control of this database. And of course you can delete the data as well. Is that okay? So now we are in control. It's your database now. You are using it. Now going to the last part where, let's go back to edit. Now we want to actually add the login screen. Remember that we have saved. So go here, plus sign, click on add, but instead of starting from blank screen, we want to copy from my screen. So select from my screen and click next. So it will show you, for you, you only have one. I have many. So just now the name was my card login. So you select that, module selected and ready to import. You click on copy. So you see automatically it will add on the screen.
Sir, can you do it again?
I can't do it again because it's already added. Which part? Adding the screen?
Yes.
Click on this add screen.
Open a new screen only.
Yeah, the plus sign. Do you see that it's copy to my screen? Copy from my screen.
It does not show.
So now we have total of 3 screens. We have the card login, have edit and also screen. By right, it should be the first one. So here you go to your component tree. So you can make it small, go up. This is screen 1, this is edit screen. So make sure you uncollapse back the tree. So you have like this. Then now you select on my card login and drag and bring it up. So now it will be your first screen. So by right, after you log in only you should go to your screen 1 and so on and so forth. Right? So now with your my card login screen is selected, go to the blocks. So don't get afraid seeing this block. So by default you will see there's 3 errors. The error is here, this part here. So first thing is navigate to screen 1. It seems to be correct, but again you do. Select screen 1, that error message will go away. So do you see these 2 error, right? So from here you drag and put it back here, and again the error, drag and put it back here. So the old error, you just remove it. So now there wouldn't be any error. Is that okay? So you don't have to do any changes. You don't have to do any changes here. Just leave the block as it is. So you don't have to do any changes. Is that okay? So we have done it. But now let us actually, in order for you to use that login feature, we can also utilize Firebase. So you go back to your Firebase again, under the same project. You don't have to create new project, it's under the same project. So if you see under build, you click back the build. Do you see authentication? Do you see authentication? So click on authentication. So authenticate and manage users from a variety of providers without server-side code. So you can click on get started. So now under authentication, it says, it asks you what kind of sign-in methods that you are looking at. Yes, email and password. These are the sign in method that we are looking at. So click on email password. So it will bring to this page. What you have to do is you just have to make it enable the email password option, then click save. Then you can see here email password is enabled. So if you go to user, no user yet so far, right? So if you go to the app here, card login, go to design, you go to preview. So if I type my email, then I type some password, then if I click sign in, it says that the credential is incorrect because we didn't register. So you have to, don't have account, we have to click on register. So click on register. It opened back the similar kind of page, but here is where you have to type your email and also password. So that means this is your user ID and password. Then you click on create account. So it gives a message, an email just sent to your account, please verify. So let me just see this. Yes, now you see there is a I get a message. It says verify your email for my shopping cart. So you need to click on this link to verify. Then you get a message, your email has been verified. You can now sign in with your new account. So go back here. Now you click sign in. Let's go to preview back. Oh, sorry. So click sign in. So see, now you entered into your app. So the moment you sign in, if you go back to your Firebase, do you see there's one user already registered? So you can see that one user has been registered. Of course you can't see their password, but you can able to see the user ID. So you, as your admin of your app, if someone says, admin, please help, I couldn't register, then you can check, okay, can you give your email ID? Then you check, have they really registered or not? Then we can, maybe either you can say that, no, I don't find your email ID here, you're not registered to this app, please do register. Oh, I don't know how to register, can you please help to register? You can also add user by searching for the email address here. So you can add them or you can delete user. So you are the admin. So you're able to see who are user. So once you are here in this app, then of course you are able to use the app. And one more last thing that we can actually do is, whenever, let's say assuming that you have a lot of user, then they keep on posting some things. Of course, sometimes here, if you look at it, it may not make sense lah. Why for shopping cart do we need login? Shopping cart is just for a fun concept only, just to show how you can add and remove items and things like that. This login is also again just to show how you can actually incorporate login. But if you look at the overall picture for shopping cart, you actually don't need a login feature. You just use it lah, just add items, remove items, simple. But I just want you all to have the experience of how to log in, how to create your own database, and using the same Firebase project, how you can actually create authentication sign-in methods. You can actually use that. And along the way, what you can also do is that you can tag which user is posting which message. So if you go out, let's go out. If you go to this MyCart login, if you go to the blogs, under here, scroll down. Do you see this one? There's a stored variable email, right? This one, stored variable email. So whenever we get from the text input, it actually is stored in this variable email. So we want to use it in our screen 1. So when you go to screen 1, remember that we use this one, this line, user text input text. So now maybe we can just add get timestamp, we can put it here, user text input, we can put it here, we can put an empty text here whereby we can put colon, for example, and then we want to add the variable stored variable email. So you have stored variable email, colon, user text input text, and the timestamp. So if you go back to your cart and now you try to preview, you sign in already. So I'm going to type Braid and I click add. It shows who is actually sending. So you know which user actually submit. Of course, if in your app, let's say if in your app you have an option where you ask the user to register, use their name, for example, then instead of using their email, stored email ID, you can use their name and put it here so that you know who is actually posting what. Okay, so with that we are done.